Haywares, and I'm going to show you how to set up a drum kit from the box. So there should be a drum key with your drum kit. This is probably the most important part of setting up your drum kit, so if you don't have one, they're about $5 you can get it from us. Alright, so we're going to start with the bass drum. So the first thing you want to do is just get all the plastic off it, obviously, like it is. Put it face down. We'll do the batter head side first. So the way you can tell is usually the legs start at the front and they're hanging back like this. The easiest way to tell is where the tom mount is. So the tom mount is always at the front and the batter side is the furthest side away from the tom mount. Put that on. Get our batter head, which we're using Evans GMAT. So before you put the head on, it's always a good idea just to check the bearing edge, make sure there's no major nicks, nothing that's going to stick out and damage the skin, or just clear it of any sort of leftover bits of wood or whatever's on there. Just place the head over with the logo at the top, or try and get it as neat as you possibly can before you tighten it down. Get your hoop. Obviously pick the hoop that's got the grip on it, the grip for the kick pedal. Put that at the bottom where the kick pedal's going to go, and you'll notice the hoop's got one flat side and one curved side. You want a curved side facing outwards. So put the hoop on, rest it on top there, make sure it's all good. Then you get, these are the bass drum claws that'll sit over the hoop, so they look a lot different from the other ones. Just hook them over the edge of the hoop like so. They just sit nicely, and then tension rod screws into the lug. Just sort of really lightly finger tight. Do the same for all of them. Righto, so we've got all the claws on. We'll just leave the head sort of loose for now. We'll look after the tuning later. We'll turn it over and do the same for the other side. So again, get the resonant head, check the bearing edge, make sure there's no real sharp bits. Chuck it on there, the logo at the top, or wherever you want to have it. Get your hoop. It's always a good idea, because it's at the front and you've got people looking at it from the front. There is like an overlaying point, you can see like a line. Just put that so it's down on the bottom sort of right corner, so it can be hidden by the claw, one of the claws that sits over. So line the line up with one of the lugs, and when the claw sits over it'll cover it. And that's it, just put the claws on, tighten it up. Righto, so that's all done now. Both heads are on. Again, we'll just leave them loose and we'll worry about tuning it up later. We'll move on to one of the toms. Righto, so here's a 14-inch floor tom from the kit. Usually when they come in their box, they're still got the hoops on them, and they've got the little plastic pieces there that'll protect it from shaking around and scratching the shell. So we'll just take the hoops off and get rid of them plastic bits, and we'll put the head on. Okay, now we've got the hoop off. Remove these little plastic things. I've seen some people leave them on before. It's not a good idea. Get your batter head. Before you put the head on, it's always a good idea to check you've got it up the right way. So I always put them on backwards. So obviously check that the logo is facing upwards. Batter head on top. Actually, a good idea to make sure there's no nicks again, otherwise it could cause problems later on. Hoop on, just like on the bass drum. And then, just like last time, little tension rods, just tighten them down, finger tight. Don't worry about tightening it up, we'll tune it later. bottom side. We'll just remove the hoop, take all the little plastic things off, make sure that the bearing edge is nice and even. Chuck it on, same as the top. That's basically what we do with all of the toms, so I'm just going to go through and quickly redo all the rest of them. We're going to do the snare as well. It's exactly the same as the toms. Just put the head on. Put the hoop on and tighten it down finger tight. Righto, so now we've got all the heads on. I'm just going to put the drum kit together. Alright, I just thought I'd stop for a second and show you how to set up the hi-hat stand, because that can be pretty tricky. They look a little bit confusing to start off with, but if it comes packed like this, basically what you need to do is get the pedal board and the two little legs on the bottom. There's two little holes on the inside here that you need to secure it into. Ouch. Fold the legs out. You'll see in the hole on the top there's a thread that's connected to the shaft that goes to the pedal. You need to basically get the hi-hat spike and attach it onto that thread, like so. It's tight. Then you slide the other shaft over the top, comes out the hole, and just tighten that up. Put the clutch on, good to go. So that's how you skin and set up a drum kit. Thanks for watching the video. I just happen to have a full set of Pearl Protone heads left. So first person to come into the shop mentioning this video gets a free set of Pearl Protone heads.